It's a great lineup. Maybe we can talk about them one by one. Maybe over to you, Molemi.
Of course, we'll be talking to them about them one by one with 10 laps to go in this one. If you're joining us, remember we are live from the Nyayo National Stadium, bringing you the Kenyan trials for the Olympic Games. Of course, it's not only Kenyans who are taking part in this one. There is the South Sudanese, there are Burundians in this one, but Team Botswana should be coming. And that makes it even better because the trials for the Olympics here is something special. Many people will be talking so much about this one. And of course, as we give you every bit of action, if you're joining us, this is the 5,000 meters women final, and of course a team of 3 should be selected from this one. And of course they are favorites in this race, including the likes of Beatrice Chebet, who is the Commonwealth champion over the distance. The world champion over the distance also is in the house, Faith Kipyegon, running her second race of the year, having competed in the Prefontaine Classic. And you look at how well set this field is, you are like, yes, we are ready for action. We are ready to rumble. And of course, we'll be giving you every tidbit as they take the third lap of this 5,000 meters. 9 laps to go. Caroline Nyaga, born in 1993, one of the most experienced athletes in this field. There's Teresia Mudhoni Gateri, Saila Busianei, who's currently leading the field, born in 1991 with a personal best of 15 minutes, 17.00 seconds. And of course, we have the world record holder, Faith Kipyegon, 14:32.31, registered last year, which was a very, very, very great year for the Kenyan queen of track. And of course, the global star, Faith Kipyegon, who tells me she loves Arsenal. She loves watching football, apart from just running.
Yeah, it's indeed good for these athletes to also watch other matches. Well, maybe talking about the 5,000 meters race, I know Kenyans have not done so well this season. We have about 5 Ethiopian athletes who are leading this season. And this is because they ran well during the Hayward, during the Oregon Diamond League in USA. So we have Sige Gebreselama, who is now leading with a 14:18.76. That's the leading athlete this year. And looking at the lineup here today, maybe we shall even have a world leader or close to that, because the best Kenyan here is Beatrice Chebet, who is 6th in that position. And then we have Edna Chebitok, who is 16th in that lineup, and then Caroline Nyaga now comes in as a 22nd athlete. Then we have Margaret Akidor, and then Nelvin Jepkemboy, and then Teresia Mudhoni, who's number 68. Maybe talking about the last event in Olympics, maybe the winners, we had Sifan Hassan. Sifan Hassan took control of the race and won gold, followed by Helen Obiri, then Gudaf Segei. Of course, if you see those athletes, they were very competitive. And going forward, I think because Helen Obiri has moved to marathon, and now we have new stars. Now we have our athletes here. We don't know who will make the team, but what we can say is that we can see a good lineup that is coming up, and we are waiting to see who will make the 1, 2, 3 to the Olympics.
Very strong race there by Saila Busianei, still in the lead as they head towards the 6th lap of this 5,000 meters. If you're joining us, we are live from the Nyayo National Stadium. It wasn't possible, but it was made possible by everyone who made sure that we at least got a glimpse of the Nyayo National Stadium. Whatever is happening here, remember the stadium is under renovations for the upcoming events, including the championships to be held in September in Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania, of course. But for athletics, it's always number 1, because it is the number 1 sport in the country, by the way. It's no fluke about that, because so many stars have been born from this part of the planet. So many stars are born every day. As you can see right now, that is Busianei leading the way, and of course Margaret Chelimo Kipkemoi in 2nd place right now. And it shows you that this is a field that you cannot underrate anyone. Even the world champion and the Commonwealth champion who are in here, they know that this is going to be very, very tough as they head towards the 6th lap of this one.
And of course, talking about Saila is she has a gold medal in 1500. That was during the military games, where she competed at the military games, where she bagged a gold medal in 1500. And it has been good seeing her compete and progress from the middle distance race to the long distance races. And seeing her leading here today, I know the others are maybe planning something, but I know she is a good athlete. I see she ran very well during the Commonwealth Games in Birmingham. So we expect her to do well here. Talking about Margaret. Margaret, remember she was in cross country in Belgrade, where she managed to come in third place. And I'll be happy to see the combination of Beatrice and Margaret, because they were both there in Belgrade. So I don't know who will beat the other, but it's a matter of wait and see.
It's a battle of cards, they say. Margaret still in there. You can also look at the likes of Caroline Nyaga still hanging there, currently in third place, and that shows you that here it's all about tactics, and we are halfway in this one. Nobody has already taken let's say the responsibility of what to do in this race. And of course we are looking at the leading pack right now. Busene is still leading just as she did from the start, and now she's still in there. Looking also at Caroline Nyaga in third. And of course we are talking about Margaret Chelimo Kipkemoi, who was in Belgrade, of course, for the World Championships. And you look at what they are doing here, you're like, wow, this is going to be very, very close.
And we also have a foreigner, that is a Ugandan. Ugandans are coming up very well. We have Joy Cheptoyek, who is running here today also. She's also there hanging. She's, I think, about the sixth athlete here. She's hanging. And I think the Ugandans are now taking up athletics very well. And seeing Joy Cheptoyek here, I know she won, by the way, she won the Nationals 10,000 meters race in Ulinzi. And she has been training in it, and I think she has known what to do right. And I think going forward, the Ugandans are going to do very well in the long distance races. That is what I can tell you. Kenyans should be worried. Those people who are training in Iten, Kapsabet, Nandi Hills, and Kericho, Nyahururu, Embu, they should be worried about the Ugandans. Cheptoyek is a very good athlete, and as you can see now, Faith is coming forward, and there is a reaction there. She is now leading. She is now leading with the 4 laps to go, and I think she's now setting the pace, and the others have also reacted. They are now going for the last 4 laps, and the pace has gone up. It's now the race is now getting interesting.
Faith, keep your going, hitting the front for the first time in this one, as we have 4 laps to go, and this is going to be very, very interesting. Faith, keep your going, running her second race of the year. I was talking to her just the other day. She told me she's in great shape. For all the doubters, they can see what Faith is capable of doing. Beatrice Chebet hitting second for the first time. This race is slowly taking shape, and you can feel there's going to be adrenaline in this one, Bernard.
Of course, we are almost forgetting the Africa champion, Janet Jemgetich. She's also the Keringet-based athlete. She's also hanging there. I think she's the 5th athlete now. And I think she's also trying her best to get into the Olympics team. And the race is getting interesting. Maybe it's a matter of, as we wait for the 3 laps, the pace is going up indeed. And as you can see, it's really, now the gap is there. We have now, they've separated, athletes have separated. It's getting interesting.
It's getting really interesting, and you can see it's now Faith, Beatrice, and Margaret. It's a 1, 2, 3 that Bernard predicted, by the way. And he's also talked about Joy Cheptoyek, who did really well at the Ulinzi complex a couple of weeks ago. But now it's all about Faith Kipyegon, Beatrice Chebet, and Margaret Chelimo. 1, 2, 3. It's an affair that we can say that we don't know how it's going to pan out. But Faith Kipyegon is telling Beatrice Chebet, kindly, if you can, please just take the lead for the moment, because we have a few laps to go. It's all about the qualification. It's not about how fast you'll be, but attaining that qualification mark. Because you look at this, I think all of them are within the qualification mark for this one. And of course it is 14 minutes 52.00 seconds. That's the standard qualification time. But right now it's all about Faith Kipyegon, Beatrice Chebet, and of course Margaret Chelimo in a 1, 2, 3 in the 5,000 meters women final. And if you're joining us, of course, this is the Kenya trials for the Olympics that will be happening in Paris from the 26th of July.
Yeah, I think for Faith it is a matter of qualification because this is her first race this season, and she had to increase her pace so that she can be able to make it to the Olympics. And I think she was looking at the watch, and if you see the qualification mark being 14:52, and with less than 1.5 laps to go, I think she's gonna make it. And of course, Beatrice is hanging there and her back. Beatrice is a good athlete. I remember when she won gold at the World Under-20 in Finland, that is in Tampere. That was her first gold while she was a junior, before going to the cross country in Denmark, where she also won gold. And it has been a good progress for her. And seeing how she's hanging behind Faith, Faith is now increasing her pace in the last lap. That is about 4 meters gap. And then the third athlete's about 10 meters gap, but that's Margaret Chelimo. It's a good event. And going to the final, over to Mulemi.
And now Faith Kipyegon takes her heels a notch higher. The gear has already shifted. Beatrice Chebet in second, Margaret Chelimo in third. But it's all about the world champion in the 5,000 meters, the world record holder in the 5,000 meters, the Commonwealth champion in the 5,000 meters, and of course now the 10,000 meters record holder Beatrice Chebet currently in second. She looks to be no match to Faith Kipyegon, who looks really rested, looks fresher, looks stronger, looks more focused, and of course raring to go. It is the Paris Olympics ticket in the line, and there she goes, Faith Kipyegon, right now taking the lead. It's all about looking at the time. 14:52 is the standard qualification time. What time will Faith Kipyegon post? There she comes towards the home stretch. Beatrice Chebet lowering the gear just a little bit because she knows she's attained the second place, but it's all about Faith Kipyegon coming into the home stretch. She looks fresh, she looks strong, she wants to do a double, by the way. She'll be doing the 1500, but now it is 14:46.30 for Faith Kipyegon, and Beatrice Chebet comes in second, 14:52, and Margaret Chelimo steaming to third. And that is very composed. That's a very composed race by these two track queens. Of course, I'm talking about the winner, Faith Kipyegon, and of course, I'm talking about Beatrice Chebet. And coming in third, of course, is Margaret Chelimo, with Janet Chepngetich coming in fourth place. We'll be giving you the official timings, but it is what it is. 5,000 meters. Faith Kipyegon taking it home. Of course, she says she wants to do a double out of the Olympics. You look at the reaction time. It's been great. You said she was going to actually make it, and of course, looking at the time, they have both qualified for Paris 2024.
Yeah, indeed, it was a wonderful race, and Mulemi, I'm very happy because if you see around the stadium, you will see former athletes, the legends who are here to witness what is really happening. And I think going forward, I think we need to work and see on how these legends will be able to give these athletes advices on how to compete. And it's a good thing seeing them around. So that race was good. It was good seeing Faith qualify for the event, and now we'll be waiting to see how she'll do it in the 1500 meters. Because as I told you, she had an injury, and this is her first event this year.
Sure, and you look at the beautiful images there of the Nyayo National Stadium as we bring you day one of the Olympic trials. Of course, we'll be listening to what Faith Kipyegon has to say after clinching that ticket to Paris in the 5,000 meters. It's been happening here. 14 minutes, 46 seconds is the time posted by the track queen, Faith Kipyegon, the world champion, and of course the world record holder in the 5,000 meters. Of course, she posted 14 minutes 32.31 seconds to break that record that was held by Sifan Hassan. And you look at how she's done it today. She's done it in style. She started the first 6 laps just in a bit of relaxed mode, and then she came out blazing in the last 5 laps to claim victory here ahead of Beatrice Chebet, who is the Commonwealth champion. And right now we will be handing you over to Charity, who will be talking to Margaret Chelimo Kipkemboi, who finished third in this race.
Now my training is going on well, and probably I'm going just in speed only, and I hope I will make it, because in 2022 I doubled, and I was number 3 in 10,000 and definitely number 4 in 5,000. So I was not far from the middle also. Yeah.
All the best and thank you.
That is Margaret Chalimo talking to
Congratulations, Faith, a strong
Charity.
run to your first
And now
run
we
this
hand
season.
it over to Charity to
winning
speak
how
to
does it feel?
the Queen herself. Faith, keep it going.
I really feel great. As I said yesterday, I'm going to open my season as a child. And this is exactly what I did, and I really thank God. Now I'm recovering well after getting a small muscle injury and recovering. And yeah, it really takes a lot in my mind, but I'm strong, and I hope going forward to Paris Olympics, I hope for the best.
Will you be doubling up?
At the moment, I don't know. Let's see what will happen tomorrow, because I'm also going to do 15 tomorrow, and then we will see. We will have to go to the drawing board with my coach and see what will happen after tomorrow.
Okay, all the best and congratulations.
That is Faith Kipyegon speaking to Charity on the other side, but of course we'll be waiting to hear what Beatrice has to say, because she's running home for the first time in the 5,000 meters after a very long time. She was, of course, looking at the possibilities of doing a double, and of course she secured this one, and we'll be looking forward to see and rather listen to what she has to say, as of course we get ready for the second event of the day. Looking at the timetable, the order of events, it will be the 800 meter semi-final number 1 that will be underway in a bit. But if you're joining us, remember we've just had the 5,000 meters women final where Faith Kipyegon won, and that's Beatrice Chebet.
Because you know, last week 2 weeks ago I was running 10,000 and a world record. So to come and concentrate again with the training, some fatigue, tiredness, it's not easy. But today I thank God because I just managed to run well.
Beatrice, you've been able to run with Faith, and now you are a star to be reckoned with. How does it feel? Is it the fatigue, the fright of running with stars? Is it now over? The confidence, is it there?
What I can say is running with champions makes you just to believe in yourself, be confident, and I know running with Faith, it's a privilege for me because she is a big champion, and I know everything will go well running together as a team. And now we are going to have one camp, and I know we will train together and we go for those medals.
Thank you so much, and all the best.
Is Charity
that was Beatrice Chebet. She is the world record holder in the 10,000 meter. She's looking forward to teaming up with Faith Kipyegon, who was also a 5,000 meter world record.
Nicholas Kebenei, he'll be running in lane number 6, and in lane number 7 we'll have Koitalel Kidali, of course, coming here with a personal best time of 1 minute 45.72 seconds. He'll be in bib number 118, and Emmanuel Correa. It's long since we saw Emmanuel Correa.
Yeah, last time he ran, I think it was in Marrakech. That's the time I saw him running, and he was not in good shape. But I think we are waiting to see how it performed today. Maybe was it cards under the table? we are waiting to see how he will perform today. And I can see the lineup is tough for him. We have the likes of Nicholas Kebenei. Kebenei is a very good athlete. Alex Kimgetich, Cornelius Tuwei, Elias Ngeny. Actually, the lineup is tough, and we want to see how he'll compete. Maybe talking of the lineup, we have Abraham Goat Thone from South Sudan in lane 1, lane 2 Elias Ngeny, lane 3 Cornelius Tuwei, Alex Ngeno Kimgetich, lane 4 Nicholas Kebenei, Koitalel Kidali.
And off we go. Oh. Very rarely do you see fall starts in the 800 meters, but that's one. And we talked about Emmanuel Correa. Of course, he continued the tradition in Tokyo 2020 when he burst in the last 100 meters to claim victory in the 800 meters and winning gold with Ferguson Rotich claiming silver, finishing on the podium for the first time in his career, and that was a great performance from Emmanuel Korir. Ever since he's been dodged with injuries, and we hope that today is the day he tells the world, I'm still the Olympic champion and I'm ready to take it and fly the Kenyan flag high. But also watch out for the likes of Kebene in lane number 6, Cornelius Tuwei, and of course you've talked about the man from South Sudan, Abraham Gothorn, who's been training in Nairobi.
I think the man from South Sudan is missing. We don't have an athlete in lane 1, so I don't think he's around. But we have Elias Ngeny, Cornelius Tuwei, Alex Kipngetich, Ngeno, Nicholas Kebene, Katoitoi Kidali, and Emmanuel Korir. So I think there was a problem with the starter. They are going to check to see what the problem was. Yeah, the world record is being held by David Rudisha. Do you remember? The record is being held by David Rudisha, and I think it might take long to break the record. It will really take long because it has been there since 2012 when Rudisha ran at the Olympic Games in London, and I think he's still there holding it, and it will take time for that record to be broken. What do you think, Mulemi?
2012 London Olympics under the floodlights at the London Olympic Stadium. That was a great moment for David Rudisha, and I remember very well the way he took out these things, and of course he was the man to watch during the games. And of course you look at how it's been panning out, you're like, yes, it will take time before this happens. And you look at the man Emmanuel Korir, he's in here, he's the Olympic champion, he knows what it takes to win a championship, and these are the things most of these athletes consider when they take on this one. But of course, we are waiting for the restart of the 800 meters, a race that everyone is eagerly waiting for, and off we go! Nicholas Kebene, Alexander Ngeno, Kipngetich, Cornelius Tuwei, Elias Ngeny, Koitalel Kidai, Emmanuel Korir, who gets to the final, and as he likes it, Mr. Kebene running from the front right now. But then look out of Emmanuel Korir, he looks to be in great shape. I hope this carries on.
Yeah, I told you he might be holding some cards under the table, and seeing him at the front with Kipngetich. You know, by the way, Kipngetich, he ran very well during the under-20 event in Finland. Actually, these people are the people who have transited very well from the junior category to the senior category. Now leading Kipngetich, he won silver at the event. That time I remember Lekuta won gold, and crossing the line at 53, I think the race is super fast. And seeing Korir still ahead, I told you, well, let's wait and see. But it's now coming to the second position. Let's see.
As they head towards the last 250 of this one, in the lead currently is Cornelius Tuwei, and of course in second position is Nicholas Kebene. Emmanuel Korir hanging there in third. Of course, you look at this one is going to be very interesting. Alex Ngeno, who's really done in the national trials, is there. Emmanuel Korir seems to be struggling quite a little bit, but then it's a battle of the blues. Who's going to take it home? Will it be Mr. Nicholas Kebene? Will it be a Mr. Alex Ngeno, who steams away from the outside? Will he take this one home? It is Alex Ngeno, Kebene in second, and it is a 1-2-3 that is very close. 146.94 taken by Alex Ngeno Kipngetich. Nicholas Kebene came in second, and you look at how he performed, you are like, yes, he looks really strong and ready for the finals.
Yeah, indeed. Maybe we need to talk to Emmanuel sometimes and tell us maybe how he has been faring on with an injury. You know, for an athlete to get an injury, it's not an easy task. Being out of competition for about 2 seasons, it's really tough for these athletes. And seeing him even finish the race here today, I think he has done well. Go back to Kipngetich. I think he's coming up very well, and going forward, he's the man to watch. Despite he's somehow short, the others looks like they are taller than him, but he's doing very well. He trains in Kericho and coach Gabriel Kiptanui, and it's really good to see him compete. Now to the second semi-final. I can see Wanyonyi over there. It's good to see Wanyonyi. And we have also in the lineup, we have Kinyamal, we have Festus Lagat, we have Kevin Koech, Laban Chepkwony. Let's see how the race will unfold.
And we are ready for semi-final number 2. Of course, there are 3 semi-finals in the 800 meters because of the huge entries and the interest that comes with the Olympics. And everyone wants to go to the Olympics. Of course, in the first semi-final, Alex Kipngetich Nyayo emerging victorious just ahead of Kiplangat Kibene Nicholas. And now we are into the second semi-final. The South Sudanese still missing conspicuously, and Collins Ruto, I can't see him in lane number 2. But in lane number 3, we have Wycliffe Kinyamal. We have Emmanuel Wanyonyi in lane number 5, Festus Lagat in lane number 6, Laban Chepkwony and Kelvin Kimutai Koech. This is a very strong lineup. You look at Emmanuel Wanyonyi, a silver medal in Oregon, and of course he's a man we'll be looking forward to. Will he be ready to take over the world and of course emerge victorious out of the Olympics? But first of all, he has to attain qualification, but it starts with this semi-final. But Charity on the other side is talking to Mr. Kebene just before we get on the track.
Yeah. How your preparation?
My preparation is good. Yeah. So far I'm in good place, in good position, yeah, sure. Yeah.
All the best.
Thank you.
As we're waiting for Kidali, that is the 800 meter semi-finals to finishes. Kwa majina?
Kidali. Kuitatoi.
For the Olympics.
Nimekuwa nikijitayarisha vizuri
for semi-final number 2 and off we go.
Leo ni semis na hope siku ya kesho God willing mambo itakuwa mazuri. Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Wycliffe Kinyamal in bib number 111 is currently in second, but then that's Emmanuel Wanyonyi in typical fashion, trying to lead from the front. Such an amazing runner, Emmanuel Wanyonyi, but then watch out for the likes of Kinyamal, Festus Lagat, Laban Chepkwony. It's a very, very strong field, by the way. That is Kevin Kimutai currently in second, Emmanuel Wanyonyi in third, and of course, leading the pack is Laban Chepkwony as they head towards the last lap of this 800 meters. Quite a fast one here. Emmanuel Wanyonyi currently in the lead. Remember, this is an athlete that has won the World Juniors, of course has a medal in the World Championships, and of course we'll be looking forward to winning his first global title. And that's a burst of pace from Mr. Laban Chepkwony. He knows what's at stake. He knows what it takes as he takes the 150. He comes, and look at Kinyamal also trying really hard. This is very, very interesting. What's at stake? A ticket to the final. Emmanuel Wanyonyi is struggling quite a little bit, but then Laban Chepkwony, I told you, he is not taking no prisoners. But then watch out for Wanyonyi. Trip just before the finishing line, but then it's been won by this man, Laban Chepkwony. Now, it will be very, very interesting to see what's gonna happen here, because Wanyonyi was on the wheels when he was tripped and then just fell just a few meters before the end of this second semi-final, and it is something that will be very, very, very interesting to see what happens. I'm sure the track judges, the officials, and everyone involved in this one will be looking at this one keenly. They'll be looking to see if Emmanuel Wanyonyi will be allowed to compete in the finals. But now it's all about Laban Chepkwony winning the second semi-final, just as Mr. Wanyonyi was preparing to take it from the outside. This will be very, very interesting. But then the winner of the second semi-final, Laban Chepkwony.
But I think, Bulemi, if you see, the race was good. I hope the officials will consider giving a chance to Wanyonyi, because that's a medal prospect. Getting into the final, I think, will be good for him. But the race was good. Seeing Kinyamal also coming up very well. It was indeed a good race. Now on to the last semi-final. The last semi-final. We have Noah Kibet, Aaron Kemei Cheminingwa, Ferguson Rotich, Kevin Kimtai, and Kevin Kipiego. So we will see how this race will go, and I think it should be fast. Okay.
Kinyamal, long time hunting for the Olympics past. How is the journey for you?
And afterwards we'll go to the third semi-final.
Nimekuwa nikitrain poa, so niko ready kwa kwenda pale Paris. So I'm just trying to make the team so that I can proceed to Paris. Yeah.
You've already won 2 Commonwealth medals and now you're going for your Olympics. Approach yako itakuwa gani?
Approach yangu itakuwa kuenda pale na kung'ang'ana so that I can get any medal from there. Yeah.
All the best. That was the 2-time Commonwealth champion, Wycliffe Kinyamal, in his quest for the Paris Olympics team. He's saying that he's going to ensure that he makes it for the team. It was quite unfortunate for Wanyonyi to have tripped and fell during these semis, but we're hoping that we're going to get more exciting in the upcoming race. Over to you, Greg and Rotich on the other side of the studio.
Silver medalist in the last Olympics. Number 7, Kevin Kimtai Loti. Then 8, Kelvin Kipiego.
Signal. There you go, the third semi-final. Of course, there is another medalist from Tokyo in this one. We're talking about Mr. Ferguson Rotich, who might be competing in his last 800 meters final in the Olympics, if at all he attains the qualification time.
Yeah, it will be interesting. And seeing some of the upcoming athletes like Noah Kibet. You know, Noah Kibet were in the same category with Wanyonyi. And he has been out for a while. He has been in the US. And I don't know his form, how it is right now, but we'll see how he'll run in the second lap, because that is now the race. After the bell goes, now the race starts there. And he looks good. He looks good in the third position right now in blue. That is Noah Kibet. And the race is somehow slower than the other two semis.
Once they hit the bell, this is quite slow, not like the previous rounds, and we'll be looking at what the likes of Ferguson Rotich have, because he's one athlete who likes running from the back, but he has very, very blistering pace when it heads to the home stretch.
Yeah, it's true. As you can see, he's just running from behind, and he really surprised even in Tokyo. You remember in Tokyo, he really surprised people. And the race is now unfolding. Now there is a reaction. Everybody's running for himself. There's no group work here. There's no teamwork here. As you can see, the race is now...
As they head towards last 100 meters, look at the competition there. It's really, really great. And you look at that passing pace. We'll be looking at the time, by the way. 1 minute 47.21 seconds, and it is the final semi-final in these 800 meters. There were 3 of them, and of course, right now, we're done with the 800 meters. We'll be looking at who's selected to be in the final that will be run here tomorrow. But then you look at the 3. This was quite a slower semi-final compared to the last 2.
Yeah, it was indeed slow, and we don't know how many athletes will be in the finals. We'll get a chance in the finals in this last semi-final. It was a little bit slow, and as I was telling you, Noah Kibet, I think he came in 3rd place. He has been in the US for some time now, and maybe he needs to rethink and changing his training areas, because I think US has not been that good for him. But we'll wait and see.
As we usher in the 110 meters hurdles. We'll be waiting to see who at least makes it to Team Kenya in this one. We start with the 100 meters hurdles for the women, where we have 4 competitors. We have Gladys Ngure, but then we have interviews also on the other side. Charity, if you're ready, you can take it away.
We also have one encapsulated. We have we have Kisi, and of course we have Nyayo and Kasani undergoing renovation for the football events that are coming in future.
Vile umeona mbio imekuwa sawa, lakini nilitegwa na nyuma, so sikuwa natarajia kutegwa.
Feel about it?
No feel poa, race iko sawa, tutaona vile itakuwa kesho.
All the best. We are also waiting for Aaron Temlingwa. Aaron, it's been a long time hunting for the Olympics medal. What does it feel? How will you feel when you make it?
Na feel poa juu penye nimetoka si karibu vile, nimetoka mbali na umbali ambao nimefika, namshukuru Mungu.
Matayarisho yako imekuwa vipi kuanzia kwa hii safari?
Haijakuwa mbaya vile, but penye penye nimeprepare hadi mpaka penye nimefikia, nimekarimu mkono wa Mungu na bado namshukuru kwa sababu hii ndio si rahisi. Finally. But nilikuwa najaribu kama naweza piga mbele, but kesho inahitaji hesabu zingine tofauti na leo.
All the best, Aaron. That was the third semi-final for the 800 meters where we've seen, unfortunately for Wanyoonyi, tripping and falling, and we're hoping that we're going to see more and more guys trying to make it for the final tomorrow. Over to you, Greg and Magut, as we prepare for the next race.
Thank you, Charity. Looking really sharp there, Charity, today. And she's giving us very, very good interviews, of course, from the interview area. And that is Chemingwa, the winner of this third semi-final of the 800 meters. If you're joining us, the facility looks great as we prepare for the 100 meters hurdles. 4 participants in that one: Gladys Ngure, Veronica Chebet, Rukia Nusra Omulisia, and of course Jane Wangari Chege. Now, 12.77 seconds is the time, standard qualification time for the 100 meters hurdles women. And I'm looking at these times. There is a tall order. Maybe Rukia Nusra Omulisia, if she stands up for this one, she can make it to Paris.
Yeah, it is. The qualification time is super fast. 12:77 for our ladies. It's really tough. Rukia Nusra, she's been coming back slowly, very well. Having run 13:70 is good time for her, but she needs to really work on it. She really needs to work on it. This is the only chance to get to Paris, and she has to do it. She has to add some extra effort so that she can be able to make it. I can see the officials. I don't know what is being done at the finish line, but let's wait and see.
Of course, they've been looking at maybe something that needs to be rectified before the start of the 100 meters hurdles. Of course, after that, we'll have the 110 meters hurdles to be followed by the 100 meters women semi-finals and of course the men's semi-finals. And looking back at what happened when Emmanuel Wanyoonyi, look at that, he was clearly going to take it, but then he tripped himself, or rather it is he was tripped by looking at Collins Kipruto, who tripped Emmanuel Wanyoonyi. In most cases, how did this happen? I remember, was it in Tokyo when the Botswanan Nigel Amos was tripped in the semi-final but was given a bye to run in the final of the 800 meters. Of course, he didn't win a medal on the day, but then you looked at that. do you feel there's going to be an exception for the world silver medalist, Emmanuel Wanyonyi, in this one? Do you feel that there is chance he might feature in the final?
Yeah, it will be fair to see him featuring in the final, because this is one of the athletes that we depend on. You saw how he started his career with the World Under-20 medal. He did it super well, and I think denying him a chance to get into the finals and show the world that he really deserved that, it will be wrong. But we are waiting for the officials who will decide whether they are going to give him a chance, because actually he was stripped, and if you see the video, I think he was stripped, and let's wait and see, because we are not the officials, of course, but we are waiting to see if he will be in the final list, because we depend on athletes like him. Of course, there are other good athletes, but of course Wanyonyi also is one of the top leading athletes in the world, and it will be good to see him competing here tomorrow in the finals.
Wanyonyi, former world junior champion in the 800 meters, and of course looking at his first Olympics, that will be something that everyone will be talking about. But if you could just look at what happened once again in that race, he was 5th by the time I was there. I'm looking at if our director can give us that clip once again, where we had Emmanuel Wanyonyi tripped just before the finishing line, and I'm looking at the possibilities. There are exceptions, of course, but you look at the selection criteria, of course. There we go. There he comes from the outside, and then is there a case of infringement? Who might be held culpable here?
Well, if you look at the fourth athlete, he looks like he had they had yeah, I think someone I think the other guy touched his leg, and that's how he managed to trip him. We are talking about what is his name again? Well, that is, I think, Collins Kipruto, yes. I think Collins Kipruto had touched him on his leg, and I think that is where the problems. I wish we could have a front camera so that we could see it clearly. But talking about Wanyonyi, has been doing well. He trains in Kapsabet under the 2 running club that is led by Claudio Beraldelli, the Italian, and he was really talking about going to the Olympics, the first time in his life, the first Olympics in his career, and I think given a chance, he'll be able to deliver. We'll bring home a medal. So we are waiting to see if he will indeed run tomorrow. As you can see, that is the athlete. Yeah, you see, I think he even tried to greet him, and you can see they are now talking. Yeah, I think there was a problem there. I think he tripped him. So I don't know. We don't know. Let's wait.
A very remorseful Collins Kipruto there after, of course, tripping. Emmanuel Wanyonyi was well clear ahead of him as they headed towards the last meters of this race that was won by Laban Chepkwony. And you look at how it was. I'm still looking at how disappointed Emmanuel Wanyonyi was. He knew that he had a chance, let's say, to finish second behind Laban Chepkwony, whom I can say was clear and was already going to take this away, the 800 meter semi-final. And then we talked about Mr. Emmanuel Korir, the two Emmanuels with mixed fortunes today. One finishing second last in this semi-final, and the other Emmanuel being tripped just before the finishing line in the second semi-final. Emmanuel Korir, we've talked about him. He's been injured. He's the current Olympic champion. It seems that Paris will not be his place this summer.
Yeah, it wasn't a day for the Emmanuels today. But I think for Kenya, we have to do all possible things to make sure we retain the title, because Emmanuel brought it home very nicely. People didn't expect it. But having seen Emmanuel running that way and then going to Oregon and winning also a world championships title, it was really sweet for him. And it's unfortunate that he's injured, and it has taken a long time. And for an athlete maybe to be out, as I said earlier, to be out for a whole season or 2 seasons, it's really tough. It's really tough for him. And moving forward, I think maybe he's recovering slowly. We hope by next year he'll be able to run at the World Championships in Tokyo. He'll also be going back to Tokyo, and where he won an Olympic title. So let's hope for the best for him. And for Emmanuel, I think, I hope he's okay after falling down. I hope he's fine, and we are looking forward. Maybe he'll make it to the finals tomorrow.
Of course, Emmanuel Korir out, maybe. And of course, we are looking at the two Emmanuels, one tripping and falling down, and the other one not finishing well in his heat of the 800 meters. But we're looking at the prospects. Maybe if also we could get a glimpse of the first semi-final, where Emmanuel Korir started really well, but toward the end he just fizzled out with the likes of Alex Nyayo keeping a teach. This man just misses a global medal.
Kipngetich has been doing well, and maybe this is his season. He's going to run for the first time, I think, in Olympics, and of course the wife also is an athlete. She runs 1500 meters. Unfortunately, I don't think she will be competing here for the trials, but she is a Japan best athlete. So seeing him coming up very well is a nice thing, and I'm very much sure Gabriel is very happy wherever he is in Keri. I don't know if he's in here today, but he trains in Kericho. He has good athletes. By the way, Gabriel has some records under him. We can also include the Chebet's one under him, because he's the one who has been handling him until early this year when Chebet changed the coach. So I think we have to give these athletes a chance. We are going back to 800 meters. We need to give Emmanuel a chance so that we can see what he has been preparing for. Remember, athletes suspended Diamond Leagues, I think 2 to 3 Diamond Leagues, so that they can be able to prepare for the Olympic trials. And then preparing for the Olympic trials, and then you come and fall 50 meters to the finish line. It's really devastating, and we are still hoping that he will be able to make it to the finals tomorrow.
Yes, and we're just digesting the 800 meters. The 3 semi-finals, and of course the third semi-final was rather slow, and I don't know if we could get it again. I think it was won by Aaron Kemeche Miningwa. This athlete who came in the race with a time of 1 minute 43.55 seconds will be getting to look at that in a bit. And of course, we are talking about the first final. The first race of the day was the 5,000 meters final. I know this really excited you. 2 world record holders, one in the 10,000 meters. She tried it for the first time. She wasn't sure. She wasn't really going for the record. She knew that she was trying to go. And we're back to the Emmanuel Wanyonyi. Look at Kebene is already off. And not Kebene really, but Chepkwony was already off. And there we go. Emmanuel Wanyonyi tripping, and I know he's looking at that, but then look at how well controlled Chepkwony was running to the finishing line, just ahead of Wycliffe Kinyamal. We've not talked about Kinyamal yet again, but you look at Kinyamal, he's one athlete that has not really lived up to his potential. Is his strength in the 800 or the 1500 meters?
His strength is in the 800 meters. Actually, Kinyamal trains in Kaptagat with Faith. They're in the same management, that is Global Sports Communication. And Kinyamal also, if you see, he has been consistent in running. And you remember, he's the first athlete to win back-to-back the Commonwealth Games. He won in 2018 and again in 2022. And I think he's now targeting to get a world title. And that is why you see he's that consistent, and I think he's working on his the last 50 meters for him, 70 to 50 meters. That's That's what he's working on, because he's always good on he has strength on the other all meters, and except the 70 meters. And given a chance, he can run it. He can run away with it. But of course, the world is also preparing. We have other top athletes in the world who are really working hard so that they can be able to take the title away from the Kenyans. Remember, we have the title through Emmanuel Korir. And I wanted to touch on something, Mulemi, about I have seen the National Olympics Committee of Kenya officials. They are just walking around here. They want to see how these athletes are being selected so that they can be handed over to them. You remember, the Federation Athletics Kenya is picking the athletes so that they can be able to hand over to their mother. That is a NOC, National Olympics Committee of Kenya, so that they can be able to proceed to the Olympics in Paris. As we talk about Paris, you've seen there is a small Paris Tower just in front of the dais. So actually, this is a mini Olympics. And I wonder with Kenyans, because if you see the terraces are empty, they should have come to cheer these guys. They should just stop watching online or watching them on TV. Just come to the stadium. Only 2 days. This is a mini Olympics. You'll never see this again. And it will be good for you to see them live. See Faith competing live here. It will be good for us Kenyans. So Kenyans, you should always, tomorrow I'm welcoming them. Maybe tomorrow maybe today is a working day, but tomorrow being a Saturday, maybe they will be here to watch the finals that will be happening tomorrow.
Look at the way these top athletes have turned out for this one. You know that this is a very great event, and it happens only once in 4 years, the trials for the Paris Olympics. Remember, the last Olympics, but it was so unfortunate not to have fans in the stadium because of the COVID-19 restrictions, which I can say gladly we went through that phase, and it was really nice. But right now, for the first time in 4 years, we'll have fans back in the stadium in Paris watching their global stars battle out for Olympic top honors. Beautiful images there of fans who have thronged the Nyayo National Stadium to try and spice up the event. 1, 2, 3, of course, the positions, and that is the mini Tower of Paris here inside the Nyayo National Stadium, just signaling a few days, just under 2 months to the Paris 2024 Olympics. And look at the beautiful track. I love the scenery as the athletes for the 100 meters hurdles get ready for this one. I'm talking about Rukia Nusra, who comes in with the fastest time in this one. It's all about getting the correct time. If they can qualify all of them, then it will be very easy, because I'm looking at the list. Gladys Ngure coming into this one the time of 14.70 seconds. Veronica Chebet, another brilliant and experienced hurdler here, 14.61. Rukia Nusra Omulisia for 13.70, and Jen Wangari Chege 15.29. There they go towards the starting line. The starting lanes. That is Veronica Chebet as they get ready to take their places in this 100 meters women hurdles. There's been a hitch, but it's been sorted out, and we are ready for action here at the Nyayo National Stadium. And if you're joining us, this is day one of the Kenya trials for the Paris 2024 Olympics, and everything is happening super fast. And lane number 4, of course, that will be Veronica Chebet adjusting the blocks, and that is Gladys Ngure. Look at how composed they are. You are like, we are ready for action. We are ready for the 100 meters hurdles. We are ready for Paris 2024 that begins on the 26th of July this year to the 11th of August. And it's all about who attains the qualification times. Remember the 100 meters hurdles for women, 12.77 seconds. At least that is the time they need to post here. Will it happen? Of course, a very beautiful weather here at the Nyayo National Stadium, where we are witnessing a very good races. That is Gladys Ngure just easing the tension a little bit just before the start of the storm. And that is in lane number 4. Lane number 4, that is Veronica Chebet, and of course Rukia Nusra is also in the house, and Jen Wangari Chege. So who attains? Will they qualify? Will they try at least beat the standard qualification time of 12.77 seconds? We await to see. It is the 100 meters women final. Rukia Nusra is the national champion. She's participated in the African Games. She's also participated in the African Championships, and she'll also be in the plane to Douala, Cameroon. And if she doesn't attain the qualification time here, there's one more window for some of these athletes to attain the qualification time for Paris, and it will be happening in Douala at the end of the month.
Yeah, and that's why I was saying that they have to give their best here, because if you look at the weather and everything, the conditions are okay, they need to do it. They need to push themselves to the limit. They need to really push themselves to the limit. So going forward, they have that chance. They have that chance to make sure that if they don't qualify, as you say, they have one more chance. And to compete in an Olympics, you need another 4 years. You'll wait for another 4 years. They are starting.
And we are ready to start. We are ready for start in the 100 meters. Gladys Ngure, Veronica Chebet, Rukia Omulisie, and Jen Wangari. 12.77 seconds is the time to beat in this one. And if you're joining us, it is the trials for the Olympics, and this is the 100 meters women hurdles. And off we go nicely and straight along. That is Rukia Nusra Omulusia trying to so hard to ensure that she beats the time. Will she make it to Paris? We are waiting to see. Just about 13.69. She improves on her personal best, but still falls short of Paris 2024. Bernard, this is, she might have improved on the time. It's all unofficial, of course. We'll be confirming in a bit, but then 13.69. She was just way off the rest.
Yeah, indeed, she has improved her time. That is 13.69 by a second. Maybe she really needs to. She really needs to work on her. Of course, she's jumping so well, and she was way ahead. She has now one chance, and she needs to go and back and train so hard, because we have so many athletes who are doing well in the world, and it's getting competitive each and every day. So she really needs to work on her techniques. And it was a good run. She has improved. She has run a personal best here. Maybe she needs to work on her techniques even more better.
As we revisit that race, that straight away you could feel that Rukia was fired up for this one. She took the hurdles and the barriers so nicely. Look at Rukia Nusra, Gladys Ngure from lane number 2 trying so hard. But then in lane number 6 was Jen Wangari Chege, but then look at Rukia Nusra. She was way out of this one. 13.69, just falling short of the standard qualification time. That is 12.77 seconds, and that is the crowd that is thronging the Nyayo National Stadium for this one. And if you're joining us, remember we are bringing you day one of action here live, and of course it's courtesy of Athletics Kenya TV, and of course this happens once every 4 years. But then Rukia Nusra talking to Charity.
Yeah, at least it's fruitful. Yeah. What movie? Sorry about that. What's your future now?
My future plans, just to do a sub 13. That's a 12, so that I can be a pro hurdler. Yeah.
Thank you so much. Full name, come here. And then come closer. Your full name?
I'm Gladys Mudhoni Ngure. Yep.
Ngure, you've chased behind Rukia. What was on your mind?
I was looking for a personal best. Yeah. I'm not sure. Because I haven't seen the times yet.
What's your future in the hurdles?
My?
What's your future? What's your plan for the future?
And to be one day an Olympian. Yeah.
All the best and congratulations.
Thank you.
That is Rukia Nasra, the national champion. She's happy that she's be able to set a new national record and also put a personal best. She's saying that she's going to be working for a sub-13 coming next season. We are wishing her all the best. And now we move forward to the men 110-meter hurdles. Over to you, Greg and Rotich on the other side.
Thank you, Charity. She's been speaking to Gladys Ngure and of course Rukia Nusra, the national champion in the 100 meters hurdles, and she's shared her visions. And of course we are ready for the 110 meters hurdles, where we have 4 competitors. Emmanuel Kipmutaito, he'll be running in lane number 3. We'll have Gilbert Koech running in lane number 4. We'll have Michael Musyoka Nzuku and Benedict Nzima. If you're joining us, remember it is day 1 of the trials happening here at the Nyayo National Stadium. And if you're joining us, shortly we'll have the 110 meters. Afterwards, we'll have the 100 meters semi-final for both men and women. And of course, we'll be looking at what other athletes have to offer in this one. Of course, qualification time for the 100 meters for the Olympics is 10 seconds, 10 flat. And the only man who's already attained that, of course, is Ferdinand Omanyala, but he'll be here to earn his ticket. And remember, some field events are happening at the Kasarani Annex because the renovations are going on at the Nyayo National Stadium.
That was the question I wanted to ask you, because the fans will be wondering. There are no field events today, but the renovations are being done at the pitch. As you can see, the pitch is so well. It's green. It's very nice. The grass is good. The stadium is under renovation because of the AFCON event in 2027. But renovation started early enough so that it can be able to host the matches. And well, you are talking about Omanyala competing here today, and I think he decided to do so also because already he has qualified. He decided to do so that he can be able to help push the others so that he can also get a qualification. You don't want to see him only going to the Olympics. Let's have other athletes also joining him for the Olympics, and running with him today, I think, will push some of the athletes to the limit so that they can be able to attain that event, that qualification mark.
Of course, Omanyala having a season best of 9:33. He'll be running in. He'll be looking at Omanyala. He's in the semi-final. He'll be running in this one. Marco Tieno is also trying to see if he can qualify for his second Olympics. Remember, he was in Tokyo just before he was withdrawn from the heats, and he'll be looking forward to attaining that qualification time. And I'm talking about the men's semi-final number 1, where we have from South Sudan, David Yosia Asai, Benson Okot of Uganda, a very, very brilliant sprinter also. Meshak Babu, the national champion in the 100 meters. He'll be running in lane number 4. Marco Tieno in lane number 5. Emmanuel Aboda in lane number 6. Ronald Kiprono in lane number 7. And Richard Ogutu In semi-final number 2, we'll have Buor Duoth of South Sudan in lane number 1, Simani Regao in lane number 2, Charles Nyamoya in lane number 3, Tyson Omondi Juma.
We are here at the stadium to appreciate our talents in athletics. They are here.
And Hesbon Ochieng, Samuel Chege, Sylvester Simiu, and Edwin Omondi. And in semi-final number 3, we'll have Betson Kahesi Samuel of Tanzania, a Tanzanian competing in the 100 meters for the first time. This will be very, very interesting. Let's wait to see what Betson Kahesi Samuel has. Elkana Sabila will be running in lane number 2. Justin Mogoi Isaboke in lane number 3. Ferdinand Omanyala will be running in semi-final number 3. In lane number 4, Fires Adom of Uganda. In lane number 5, Dennis Nyongesa. In lane number 6, Moses Wasike Onyango. Say lane number 7, and Samuel Obuto in lane number 8. But first of all, we have the 110 meters men hurdles, where we have Emmanuel Kimutai To in lane number 3, Gilbert Koech in lane number 4, Michael Musyoka Nzuku in lane number 5, and Benedict Nzima in lane number 6. They are walking to the track and ready for the 110 meters hurdles.
Yeah, maybe talking about the qualification time for the 110 meter adults men, it's 13:27, and if you see the personal best, we still way back 15:30. Edwin Tor, 15:32 for Gilbert Koech, 14:25 Michael Musyoka Nzuku, and then 15:98 Benedict Nzima. We are still way back. I think for these athletes, they need to really push. They need to work extra hard. They need that extra hard final push so that they can be able to get a qualification mark. Remember, as I said earlier, Olympics is only 4 years. So for you to make to the Olympics, you have to do it better here today. That is your chance. And if you see the lineup for 100 meters also, as you were talking about the 100 meters, for women, they need to run 11:07. 11:07. And so far, there is no lady who has run that time. The closest is Esther Mbagari, who has run 11:60. And then followed by Eunice Kadogo, 11:80. They need 11:07 so that they can be able to proceed to get a ticket and run the Olympics. For men, we have Omanyala, who has done 9:98. That is his personal best, 9:98. And I think for men, they need 10:00, 10 seconds so that they can be able to make to the Olympics. So for the athletes today, they need to really push hard. For sprinters, it's a really bit challenge because it's super fast for them. The qualification times is super fast for them, and they need to work for it. Unlike the long distance races, where we have a lot of athletes qualifying from various events, various races across the world. And for those who haven't qualified, they need to do here today. They need to do it here today. So let's wait and see how this race will unfold. The 110 meter adults men. That is, we have 4 athletes: Edwin Tor in lane 3, Gilbert Koech in lane 4. Lane 5, Michael Musyoka Nzuku, and then lane 6, Benedict Nzima.
Because as we get ready for the 110 meters hurdles, and we await for the starts. Edwin Kimutai To, Gilbert Koech, Michael Musyoka Nzuku, and Benedict Nzima will be competing in that. And remember, they have to beat 13.27 seconds. And if I look at this one, Michael Musyoka Nzuku is the man to watch in this one. 14.25 coming into this one. So this is something they'll have to make sure that they do it perfectly and get it right. 13.27 seconds is the time they need in this 110 meters hurdles. And if you're joining us, remember we're live from the Nyayo National Stadium, bringing you day one of action in this Kenya in the trials for the Paris 2024 Olympics. Remember, we don't have only Kenyans competing in these ones. We have athletes from Tanzania, South Sudan, Uganda, Botswana, all here ready to compete in this one.
We also have Ugandans. And as I said earlier, Ugandans are really coming up well. And they are now coming, they are doing better in 5,000 and 10,000, and now they are coming to steeplechase. You see, you saw Peruth is a steeplechase champion, Olympic champion, Peruth Chamtai, and she's really doing well. You've seen Cheptoek running here today. She won 10,000 in Ulinzi at the Nationals. So seeing our neighbors here doing well, of course Kenyans, we should be worried. Okay, let's follow the 110 meters hurdles final.
And that is Gilbert Koech, and that is the fastest man in this field. That is Michael Musyoka, and of course Benedict Nzima, 15.98 coming into this one. And we are ready to rumble the 110 meters hurdles final. Remember, they have to make sure that they beat the qualification standard mark time of 13.27 seconds to qualify for the Paris 2024 Olympics that begin in just under 1.5 months' time. 26th July to 11th August. And this is the time to see who makes it to Paris. Edwin in lane number 3, Gilbert in lane number 4, Michael in lane number 5, and Benedict Nzima in lane number 6. 13.27 is the time needed for this one, but who makes it to this one? And we are ready for this one. And we'll have yet another restart for this one. Seems that someone is going to take an early shower, if at all it was the fault of these hurdlers. But if not, then they'll be given a green card and given a second opportunity to compete in this one. We are looking at who made the false start. Emmanuel in lane number 2, Gilbert in lane number 3, in lane number 4, Nzuku in lane number 5, and he's off, the man from police, Gilbert Koech, the most experienced hurdler in this one. So hard to take, but we'll have 3 athletes competing for this one. Gilbert, wow, it's not easy to take because you had a chance to compete in the Paris Olympics and you were in the final just to be sent packing. So Gilbert Koech can't believe what just happened, but it is what it is. We are ready for the 110 meters hurdles, and it's the final with 3 competitors. Emmanuel Kipmutaito in lane number 3, Michael Musyoka Nzuku in lane number 5. Lane number 4 is empty because Koech is out, and Benedict Nzima in lane number 6, and off they go. And watch out for this young man, Michael Musyoka Nzuku, coming off really smoothly, and he'll be aiming to see if he can break that barrier. What will be the time? 14.49, the unofficial time, of course. He slowed down just towards the end of this one, but of course he's claimed victory in this one. 14.25 is his season best, and I think there is room for improvement in the hurdles, because you look at this gap, it hasn't been so great over the years, but they are closing it, and we'll be looking forward to see what happens after this, because Michael Musyoka Nzuku has just won it. Not really attaining the qualification time. We'll be giving you also the results for this one anytime we get the results, and that's how it went. Look at Michael straight away. But in the third hurdle, rather the fourth hurdle, is where he dropped with the fifth, the sixth. He went ahead to drop 3 hurdles, and of course the last one slowed him quite a little bit, and not a brilliant way of jumping the hurdles, but 14.49 is the time. You can see he wasn't really impressed with everything that happened there, and of course a battery of journalists coming here at the Nyayo National Stadium to witness this spectacle. And we've just witnessed the 110 meters hurdles for men final, and of course the 100 meters hurdles that happened just a few moments ago. And if you're joining us, we'll be giving you quite a few more races in this one. And look at the Nyayo National Stadium. Of course the crowd streaming in, ready to enjoy this day. And of course we have interviews on the other side, and Charity, if you're ready, you can take it away.
Yes, Greg, I'm ready. I'm joined here by Nzuku. Nzuku, you've missed the qualifying mark. How do you feel about it?
Okay, for me, I feel happy, even if I have not attained the qualifying target. I know the reason why I have not gained the target is because of my technique. I have not trained technique for a couple of while because I had some injuries, but now I'm back. I hope I'll be going to qualify tomorrow in 400 hurdles. Yeah.
There is also always this next time we also have the World Championships in case the 110 meters don't make it. But what is going to be your plan as we are moving forward?
Okay, for now I know right now I have speed. So what I'm going to train more now is the technique, because technique is more important in 110 meters hurdles. Yeah, so if I perfect my technique, I know I'm going to qualify.
In the 400 meters hurdles, you've managed to clear all of them?
Yeah, in 400, tomorrow we are doing 400 hurdles, and I'm 100% I'll qualify there. Yeah.
All the best. We hope that you'll be able to join Wais Manuere in the team.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. That was Nzuku. We have ongoing the shot put men final, and which is going on at the Kasarani Annex Stadium. At the Moi International Complex Center at the Kasarani Annex, where the shot put is going on. It could not be done here at the National Stadium because the pitch is being prepared for for football. And so far we also have the high jump men going on. It's about to start as we wait for the 100 meters semi-final one for the women. Over to you, Greg and Rotich on the other side.
Thank you, Charity. It's a small time for entertainment. As I can see, the minister, the CS for sports, AJAABU Namwamba, enjoying himself with the traditional dancers here. The Athletics Kenya president is also in the mix, and even I'm told even the PS is around there. So it's a great event, seeing our leaders coming to grace this event and cheer up athletes, because they want to see who will make it to Paris, and for those who will not make it, maybe they get an encouragement for them. So seeing the CS and the president Athletics Kenya here dancing, it's a good thing, and we are happy. They are also happy here today. Mulemi.
Of course, beautiful photos there of the crowd here at the Nyayo National Stadium, and we are ready for the 100 meter semi-final. Of course, we'll have plenty of action coming up later on in the day. Coming up is the 100 meters, both men and women semi-finals. And of course, the Athletics Kenya president Major retired Jackson Tuwei in the house, taking a few jigs here. And of course, the Cabinet Secretary, Ministry of Sports, Honorable AJAABU Namwamba, coming in and showing his solidarity, and of course a capacity crowd here at the Nyayo National Stadium, which looks in great shape and ready to host great events coming up later on in the year. And of course the CHAN Championships. And first things first is the Olympic trials, where we have everyone running and looking forward to attaining qualification times for this one. Bernard, you've looked at, we've talked about the 5,000 meters, the 800 meters, and now we have the 100 meters coming up in a bit. We are looking at the semi-finals, and I'm looking at the 2 semi-finals in the 100 meters women category. And in semi-final number 1, we'll have 6 athletes. Lilian Diana Aoko Owako, we have Delisha Itiang, Monica Safania, Doreen Waka, Susan Nyambura, Lois Nyanchoka Morara, Edna Mugendi. In semi-final number 2, Edna Mugendi, Esther Mbagari, the national champion, Eunice Kadogo, former national record holder in the distance, Rukia Nusra, Lucia Morris, and Laventa Luvandwa Amutavi, 11.07 seconds.
Yeah, this is a tall order. This is a tall order. That's why I was saying that our athletes need to really work extra hard, because I think they need to change the strategy also. We need these sprinters to be training somewhere else, maybe at a lower altitude, so that we can have them qualify here easily. But remember, we don't have stadiums across the country that are good. They could be training maybe in Kisumu or Mombasa, so that when they come here, it can be a better performance for them. And looking at the qualification time, 11:07, and all this, the ladies, we have 12:31 for Lilian Aoko, and then we have Delisha Atiang, who has done 12:46. Monica Safania has done 11:93. Doreen Waka 11:88. Susan Nyambura 12:20, and Lois Nyanchoka Morara, who has done 12:54. So again, it's a tall order here, and as I said earlier, these athletes really need to push themselves. They really have to push harder, because those seconds matter for them. And they are now getting ready to start the race. I can see only 4 athletes. I can see only 4 athletes from lane 2. Lilian Diana, and then we have the Lisha Atiang, lane 3, Monica Safania, lane 4, and lane 5, Doreen Waka. I think that is Doreen Waka in lane 5. As I said, they really need to work hard to get this qualification, because Olympics happens after 4 years. So getting that chance to compete at the Olympics, it will be a good thing for them.
Thank you, Bernard, and we are ready for yet another interview with Charity on the other side as we await for the start of this 100 meters semi-final number 1.
We thank you, Mulevi, and we are here joined by the NOC Secretary General, Mr. Francis Mutuku. It's a wonderful qualifying moment. How has the journey been for the National Olympics Committee?
It's been very, very interesting. We've all been looking forward to this wonderful day. We knew it will be competitive, and so far the races which have been there have just made us to believe that we are going to have a strong team. We have many races coming up. We have a lot of prospective, tough races and good athletes, and for us is to sit, watch, and wait for the team will be given tomorrow.
We thank you for adapting the sprints for us. And what is the long-term journey for the sprints?
I think it's for us as a country to realize that our talent goes beyond middle and long distance running. I think Omanyala has opened an avenue for us to believe that we can be able to do it. Looking at some of the athletes who were in the camp, which was a very short time, and they have started posting good results. We are actually waiting to see the relays, whether they'll be able to qualify, whether they'll be able to do a good time. But it is for us to make it a culture that we must focus, develop our relay team. We must focus and support our sprinters. It's a technical sport, so there are a lot of financial resources, infrastructure resources which need to be provided. And we believe if we give them this chance, we can talk of good performance in the next Olympics. And even this one, we still believe we have a chance, and we continue maintaining so that more and more people can be able to participate.
Thank you so much, and thank you for your time. We are hoping to get to catch you again tomorrow for another short interview.
It'll be my pleasure. Thanks a lot.
Okay, thank you so much. That was Francis Mtuko, the National Olympics Committee Secretary. He is talking about this program that he has for sprinters, and he's saying that he is hoping for it's a long-term process, that is a long-term plan to ensure that Kenya reaps more medals in the sprints. Over to you, Greg, as we look forward to the start of the 100 meters semi-final.
Talking about sprints, we are ready for yet another aim. And of course, the aim is to qualify for the Paris 2024 Olympics, and 4 competitors in the 100 meter semi-final. Number 1, watch out for the likes of Monica Safania in that one. Watch out for Doreen Waka, Susan Nyambura missing in this one. And of course, Delisha Atiang, she'll be running in lane number 3. So we await for the first semi-final. Of course, Susan Nyambura missing and Lois Nyanchoka missing. So we'll have Lilian Diana Aoko Owako in lane number 2, Delisha Atiang in lane number 3, Monica Safania in lane number 4, and Doreen Waka in lane number 4.
Yeah, Mulemi, maybe before they start, as I told you, there are many people were interested to see how the race will unfold here. I can see even Matelong seated here. You remember Matelong, the 3,000 steeplechase athlete? He's seated here, very happy to see the upcoming athletes doing their thing. And we have also visitors from outside the country. Some of the agents are here to see how the athletes will run. And maybe before they start, I think I've also seen Rubani athlete. He normally loves running with the athletes. Maybe we can silence for the start.
And there we go, the 100 meters, and off she goes very, very nicely. That is like Aoko Owako coming on very nicely. Monica Safania trying really hard to come out. What will be the time? 12.23. So it was a close finish there between Waka and Safania. And the two will be competing in the final of this one because it's a 1-2 pick. I can see Lilian Diana Owako struggling a little bit, but she started really, really well. But then Monica Safania off the blocks, she didn't do nicely. You can see she looks quite disappointed with the performance. She didn't start nicely, but then Doreen Waka, nobody really expected at her age to run this fast. And let's wait to see how it started. Off the block, they came off really nicely. Doreen Waka in lane number 5 came out really well. Lilian Aoko was in the lead in the first few meters, but then watch out for Maureen Safania in lane number 4. She came out steaming really well and just about edging Doreen Waka to claim victory in this first semi-final of the 100 meters. And now she'll be in the final. But the aim is to make sure that they get the standard qualification mark of 11.07 seconds. This is a tall order. They have to improve. But they always say, you always save the best for the last. As we head to the second semi-final of this one, where you have Edna Ogendi, Esther Mbagari. I really want to see what this national champion 11 Mbagari can do. Will she do as promised? Because the last time we were at the Ulinzi complex in the national championships, she said that she has what it takes to go to Paris. 11.60, her personal best, and the national record, of course. And when she comes here, she knows that she is capable of improving her time. Watch out of Eunice Kadogo, the former national champion in the 100 meters, and she'll be competing in this one and ensuring that she at least continues with the tradition. Of course, she's one of the most experienced sprinters over the distance. And then there is Lucia Williams Morris of South Sudan, another very, very brilliant sprinter over the 100 meters. And on your screens right now is Esther Mbagari warming up just before the storm. You can see the likes of Melka Chemos, the athletes representative for Paris. She's also in the house. And on your screen right now is Eunice Kadogo, former national champion over the 100 meters. And they are just getting ready for the second and final semi-final of this 100 meters. Great, great, great sprinters. You can see from Kenya Prisons. And that is Ogendi Edna. And that is Esther Mbagari, the national champion, the former national record holder, Esther Eunice Kadogo.
Yeah, talking about Kadogo, if you look at her time, she has done 11.80, and Esther Mbagari has 11.60, and maybe these are the fastest athletes if you look at their time in this start list for the semi-final 1 and semi-final 2. And I'll be interested to see how Esther Mbagari will do, and she's been really doing well. And as we said again, they have to really push themselves so that they can be able to make that time. And I think we shall have, I think, 3 qualifying for the finals, because we had 4 athletes in the first semi-final, and then we also have 4 here in the semi-finals. And I'll be happy to see also how Lucia William will be running from South Sudan, because she's super fast. She's super fast.
And there we go, the 100 meters, and straight away Esther Mbagari sprints as she always does. And watch out for Lucia Morris Williams, but Esther Mbagari will be taking this one, 11.71. Of course, she can improve on that one during the final, but Esther Mbagari, stamping authority, didn't really match her personal best of 11.60. She knows that she has another chance of doing that, but she will be in the final. Lucia Morris, of course, of South Sudan, making sure that she's also in the picture, not letting this one go. Eunice Kadogo, not really a good day for her, but she finished third, and she'd be looking forward to see if she can improve on her time heading into the finals.
Yeah, that was a good race. And now as we head to the 100 semi-finals, we have, I think, 3 semi-finals. And we are waiting to see the first semi-finals. We have David Yosia from South Sudan, Benson Okot from Uganda, Meshak Babu from Kenya, Marco Tieno, and of course Emmanuel Aboda, Ronald Kiprono, and Richard Ogutu. We will see how these athletes will be running in the semi-final 1. And as we wait for Charity, maybe we go as we head to semi-final. As the semi-final 1 gets ready, we have the semi-final 2, where we have Buom Bor, Simani Rego, Charles Nyamwea, Tyson Omondi Juma. Others from Kenya, Esbon Odworo Chieng, Samuel Chege, Sylvester Simiu, and Edwin Omondi. Of course, semi-final 3 will be interesting. Betson Kahesi Samuel, Elkana Sabila, Justin Mogoi Saboke, Ferdinand Omanyala, Pius Adome, Dennis Nyongesa, Moses Wasike Onyango, and Solomon Obuto. Of course, after the 100-meter semi-finals, which it shall be followed by the 3,000 steeplechase women final. And as we wait for Charity, talking about the just concluded event, Esther Mbagari has run a very good time. Of course, she has to work on her time, because she needs 11:07 to make it. Okay, over to you, Charity.
I'm joined here by Esther Mbagari. Come close a bit, Mbagari. You're the national champion. Time bado imeshikilia 11:77. How do you feel about it?
I'm not great about that time. You know, sikuwa expect kuingiza 11:7. So ni kama nitaongeza kitu kwa hiyo 11:7. I maintain to 11 ishuke chini. Acha niseme to reduce that time. I must work on it to perform in 200. Yeah.
Wengine ni nini unaona ukirudi ndo utabadilisha kwa mazoezi ndo uweze kuweka a new personal best?
Endurance. Nitabadilisha, nitakupiga endurance mob. You know, nimepiga speed. So endurance I can beat it a lot. Nikiingia kwa speed.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
That was Esther. She's saying she is quite disappointed that she's not been able to put a new personal best or improve from the 11.77 seconds. But she's saying that she's going to be working on her speed, on her endurance, because she's perfected the act on her speed. Over to you, Greg and Rotich on the other side.
As we await for the start of the 100-meter semi-final, of course, 3 semi-finals in this one, and we'll be looking forward to see who makes it to the final. In semi-final number 1, we have David Yosia Asai of South Sudan, Benson Okot of Uganda, 10.74. In lane number 3, we have Mesha Kitsubili Babu, the national champion, 10.34. Marco Tieno, 10.32. Emmanuel Aboda, 10.54. Ronald Kiprono, 10.69. And Richard Ogutu, 10.84.
If you can symbolize me, I think people are trying to run away from the sun. So we were saying the fans are few, but if you see the shade here, everybody is running to sit where the shade is. And I think because this stadium is being renovated, I think the idea of roofing the whole stadium will be ideal, because people want to watch a race comfortably, because maybe they didn't carry their umbrellas as we wait for the 100 meters to semi-final 1 to start. So I think, what do you think about the idea? Maybe it should be ideal to have the roofing of the whole stadium.
Having a canopy around the stadium is something that was part of the recommendations, and that is Marco Tieno jogging and waiting to see if we can qualify for his second ever Olympic Games. Remember, he was unlucky last time out, and of course Bernard has talked about a capacity crowd at the VIP area of the Nyayo National Stadium. At the other side, still an open area, and this is a stadium under renovations. But then you look at the facility, the track looks really nice. Of course, you look at the pitch, very good, tough inside there. But yet again, it is supposed to have a canopy all round, and it's something that I believe can be done. And ladies and gentlemen, we are ready for the first semi-final of the 100 meters. A race that promises a lot, especially after the Omanyala mania over the last few years. So if you're joining us, we are ready for action. Day 1 of the trials for the Paris Olympics. And those are the competitors in lane number 1. That is your David Yosia Asai of South Sudan. Benson Okot of Uganda. 2 Ugandans in this one. Okot, of course, will be in lane number 3. In lane number 4 is the national champion, Meshak Babu. In lane number 5, of course, the former national champion and former national record holder in the 100 meters, Mark Otieno, making a comeback after some time out. And of course, the second Ugandan in the field in lane number 6 is Emmanuel Aboda, 10.54. He'll be aiming to improve on his personal best and see if he can make it Team Uganda for the Paris 2024 Olympics. And then there's Ronald Kiprono, born in 2000, 10.69. He'll be running in lane number 7. And Richard Ogutu, the most experienced sprinter in this one, running in lane number 8. The man from Police. So 2 from Police, Kiprono and of course Ogutu in lane number 7 and 8. But then watch out for Mark Otieno. Meshak Babu just won the national championships. And of course Mark Otieno, the former national champion, former national record holder in the 100 meters. And of course making a comeback. And of course his aim is to qualify for the Paris Olympics. And this man from South Sudan in lane number 1, making his debut here at the trials, David Yosia Asaye. And of course Benson Okot of Uganda, seated calmly waiting for the start of this 100 meters. So David, Benson, Meshak, Mark, Emmanuel, Ronald Kiprono and Richard Ogutu to be competing in this one. So who makes it to the final?
Final 1, lane 100 meters, lane 2. David Yosia Asai from Southern Sudan.
That is David Asai.
Lane 3, Benson Okot from Uganda.
Benson Okot in lane number 3. He's very familiar to this facility. Meshak Babu, the national champion. And then Mark Otieno in lane number 5. Emmanuel Aboda. The man from Police, Ronald Kiprono. And that is Richard Ogutu of National Police Service. And he'll be running in lane number 8. So, who's going to make it to the final? Remember, 2 sprinters make it to the final, and then the best losers will also be here for tomorrow's final. Who joins Omanyala in Paris? So let's wait and see as we await for start in the 100 meters. Semi-final, number 1. Remember, there are 3. And it is a wrong... Wow. Trouble looming because we're in for yet another start. Very interesting to see who... Let's wait and see who got off the blocks before. Because this will be very interesting. So there we go. The concentration levels were 100%, but then who just lost it? Oh. Should be Michael Aboda. Who's been red carded. It means that Uganda will only have 1 athlete in this one. Emmanuel Aboda, who came off the block quite early, will not be competing in this race. And now we are down to 6 with David Yosia Asai in lane number 2, Benson Okot in lane number 3, Mark Otieno in lane number 5, and Ronald Kiprono, Ogutu in lane number 7 and 8 respectively. But then let's hope this one will be smooth. The first semi-final of the 100 meters. Emmanuel Aboda already sent to the early showers. He didn't even compete as he was exited for starting early. But this, off we go smoothly, and look at Mark Otieno and Meshach Babu. It is a battle between the two. Mark Otieno sprinting away from the national champion. We'll be looking at the time, 10.27. Mark Otieno improves on his personal best. This boy has come back, has made his statement clearly known, and he is ready. Will he go to Paris? That's yet another question to be answered tomorrow. But then Mark Otieno just piping the national champion Meshach Babu and winning the first semi-final of the 100 meters.
Yeah, of course, that was a beautiful race. Seeing Mark Otieno coming back in such a magnitude is really good. And having Reynolds, also his personal best, is something encouraging for him. And maybe tomorrow during the finals, he just needs to shave that few, is it milliseconds, so that he can be able to make the team. That was a beautiful race, good race. And they have to save the energy for tomorrow, because tomorrow they have to give it their best. As you can see the recap here, he really got off the blocks very well, and he's really pushed himself. Actually, I thought the Ugandan will be better than them, but the Ugandan almost, I think he came in third place, and it's tomorrow. It's tomorrow's event, or tomorrow's final, that will be able to tell us if they will be able to make the qualification mark. Remember, qualification mark to the Olympic Games is 10.000 for the men's 100 meters. As we head now to the second semi-final, where we have Wombwar from South Sudan, Siman Regao from Kenya, Charles Nyamwea, Tyson Omondi Juma. Okay, I hand over to you, Charity, for an interview.
Yes, I'm joined by Okot. Okot, your first name?
My name is Okot Benson. Yes.
You've been training in Kenya. How has it been for you?
Well, my training in Kenya has been amazing. From the time I crossed over to Kenya, I've made tremendous improvements, and it's been quite a good experience training with a couple of the best sprinters in East Africa, and the environment itself. Yeah, so it's been a great experience training in Kenya with my coach Peter Gatana. Yes.
Thank you so much, and all the best. As we wait for Meshach Babu and Mark Otieno Odhiambo, that was, of course, from Uganda. Is one of the visiting athletes trying to look for qualifying time. Meshach Babu, a narrow miss. What's your plan for the 100 meters final?
I didn't get the block well, so I had to chase. But I'm preparing well psychologically, mentally for the finals. Yeah.
It's been you've quite chased Mark Otieno. How has it been?
Mark Otieno is a good from the blocks. That's why the problem is chasing 100 meter is not that good, because even someone, when he went 1 yard ahead of you, it's hard to get it. Yeah.
And how has the journey been preparing for the Olympics? You've been for the relays, you've been for the All African Games. How has it been for you?
I didn't went for All Africa Games, but I'm going for Africa Senior. Tomorrow we'll be running the relay to try and qualify at least for that 2 slots to the Olympic. I know and we believe in ourselves. Through God we can make it. Yeah.
All the best and congrats.
Thank you.
As we wait for Mark Odhiambo, that was Meshach Babu saying that they are well prepared for the 100 meters final. He's saying that he's going to rectify his issue from the block takeoff. As we Mark over here. Mark, how has it been for you? I've seen Meshach Babu is coming up quite strong behind you.
I'll say I'm really happy to be an underdog. So anything is possible. And with me, I'm not coming alone. I'm just coming with the Lord. So the event has been good. I really love the way Meshach Babu is really coming up. Without such people, we can't push for time, because some of us can really work well under pressure. So I really love the way he's coming up and he's helping us out and he's helping also himself to come up to that standard.
Will you be competing in the relays also?
Yes, I will, and I'm just really praying that we qualify for the Olympics because it's going to be interesting. And
there we go, the second semi-final of the 100 meters. Watch out for Tyson Juma coming on, but then Hesbon Ochieng of Prisons steaming from the outside to claim victory, 10.45, and this man has also just improved, not really improved on his personal best, but then 10.45 heading into the final with his experience, Hesbon Ochieng claiming victory. This might be a very familiar final on day 2. Hesbon, Tyson Juma. We're talking about Simani Regao. We talked about the likes of Marco Tienos, Meshak Babu. This will be really, really close as we see how it transpired, and that look at the concentration levels of these athletes. Hesbon Ochieng, of course, a very, very experienced sprinter here. He knew that he had what it takes. He knew that Tyson Juma was going to give him enough competition and stiff competition, and you see how they rose, smooth and fast. Look at Tyson Juma, he got off the blocks really, really nicely, but then look at the resilience of Mr. Hesbon Ochieng, ensuring that the likes of Buom Duot of South Sudan, who was really, really brilliant in the first 50 meters, couldn't match. But then look at Hesbon. He knew what it takes. He wants to be in the final. Tyson just falling in a little bit, but then Sylvester Simiu just about edging Tyson Juma to claim second place in this one. And now we're ready for the big one, the third semi-final of the 100 meters, of course, with the national champion, the African champion, the Commonwealth champion, and of course, the man who's broken the records in the country and also out of the country, back here for the 100 meters. The man on your screens right now, Ferdinand Omanyala, he'll be racing in the third semi-final of this one, just easing up a little bit. He said that a good thing's wait. He said that something is cooking, and his famous phrase coming into this one, be patient, better things are coming. That is Ferdinand Omanyala, the national champion in the 100, the former national champion in the 100 meters, because he didn't compete in the national championships 2 weeks ago. He's the man to watch in this one, and he knows that he's in for a fight with the likes of Noah Lyles, the likes of Bednarek, the likes of Tyrone Bromell, the likes of Akim Blake, who just claimed victory over Omanyala and Lyles in the Adidas running race in Jamaica. And that shows you that this year you don't know who is going to claim victory in the 100 meters in the Olympics. Remember, Marcel Jacobs the other day won the 100 meters and he was crowned the European champion during the European championships that were held in Rome. Now we have a battle in Paris, but first of all the athletes have to qualify for that one. But of course we know Omanyala is already there, but now it will be how prepared is he before the races begin, let's say in 1.5 months time.
Yeah, I remember when he ran Kipkeno Classic, Omanyala said that they changed the concept this year, unlike the previous years, where he wanted to pick during the Olympics period. Of course, he has to qualify here and make the team, but